Welcome back to the Story of the Song, where I tell you the story of the song and then we look into the recording session of the song. Today we're going to be talking about my new song, Castle Peaks. This song began to take shape in the beginning of 2024 when I booked the support slot for the Mountain Goats tour. I knew I was going on that tour solo, and so I dedicated 1 hour every single day to practicing guitar. Practicing started out as just playing every one of my songs that's kind of complicated as far as like fingerstyle guitar goes. And inevitably through the process of practicing every day for an hour, I started writing new music. The guitar part for Castle Peaks was one of those new pieces of music that I was writing in that time. And then fast forward a few months later, I went to Europe. And when I was on that trip, I had just finished reading Billy Collins' book of poetry, Sailing Around the Room. So I was kind of in a poetry headspace. We were in Paris and then in Lisbon and then in Barcelona. And when I was walking around these places, I had a tiny notebook in my pocket. I would write haiku, but I would also just write little short poems and then also just kind of observations that seemed interesting to me. So at that point, unbeknownst to me, I did have the lyrics written and I had the music written, but the two hadn't come together yet. And they came together when my friend Derek, who mixed and produced the album, had me come to his studio one day because we were trying to do a co-write because we sometimes work with artists together and we were trying to build like a repertoire of like music we made. And so we started working on this song, which I titled Soda to Survive. We realized that song wasn't really going anywhere. So I have this guitar part I've been working on. Maybe we should record that. So I started playing the Castle Peaks guitar part. After we recorded, we thought that I should start singing something. And I just so happened to have one of these notebooks with me. So I opened up the notebook and I started just pulling these little lyrics from those poems and those observations that I had made on the European trip and started forming them into the first and second verse. And then at that point, the chorus section of the guitar wasn't written yet. So then in the studio with Derek, kind of just because we felt the need to get something finished, I really pushed myself to like finish writing that chorus right then and there based on the lyrics that I had and just figuring out the music on the spot. So that was the verse and the chorus. And then I think we cut a demo of that. But when I left the studio, I realized that was turning into like a Field Medic song and not just some random song that we were going to make for our like production duo. And so then I sat down in the next couple days and wrote the third verse out of other notes that I had because I was taking notes in various different notebooks. Some of it, I think in the third verse, I just was thinking because verse 1 was Lisbon, verse 2 was Barcelona. It was like, obviously verse 3 has to be Paris. So I just thought about what happened when we were in Paris. That was how the song came together. I originally had titled the song Place to Be because I think I was definitely inspired to write that lyric by the Nick Drake song Place to Be. Then I was like, I don't want to take away from the legendary track by having a track with the same name. So then I thought about calling it Place Number 2B, but I feel like, I have plenty of songs that are kind of serious that have wacky titles, but I'm just not as interested in wacky titles as I used to be. I just thought that the phrase Castle Peaks was really cool. I still get to say Place to Be without directly having the same title as Nick Drake. So that's how the song came to be, and then let me show you how I recorded it. Okay, so this is the Castle Peaks session. It's pretty simple. It's essentially just the full song recorded live, but something that I did with this recording was I recorded it live to a click because I knew I might want to put a little bit of drums on there. I knew that in the past when I recorded live and then tried to put stuff on top that was rhythmic, it was like essentially impossible. So I knew I wanted to do it live, but I needed to do it to the click just in case I wanted to put more layers on it. But what I was able to do because I had recorded it to a click was I could actually comp between live takes. The recording is still live, but if there was a part during the song that I like pinched a note on the guitar, or if I sang flat, I could look through my takes, and because they were all to the same click track, I could pretty much just comp between them. So this is sort of like a hybrid, well, it's essentially just a hybrid live take with itself, because it's still definitely not multi-tracking, but it's actually a really cool way to maintain the feeling of a live recording while also being able to fix a couple things just by playing the song several times in a row. I doubled the guitar, and then I tripled the guitar, and then I panned each guitar take to the left and to the right. And then there is a secret kick. It's super quiet in the recording because I didn't want you to really hear the kick. I just wanted you to like feel it. And yeah, that's the whole thing. I recorded it with a Neumann TLM 102 condenser mic, and that's the vocals and the guitar just into one mic. So that's the story of Castle Peaks. If you haven't heard it yet, it just came out last week. Go give it a listen. There'll be links in the description of this video where to find it. The full record, Surrender Instead, comes out on August 8th. That is in less than a month. And there's going to be one more single called Simply Obsessed, which will come out on August 5th. And I'm about to start shooting a music video for that probably tomorrow. Check out the Castle Peaks animated music video, listen to the song, pre-save the album, buy a record if you have some Skrill, and I can't wait to share the full album with you in less than a month. And next week, I'm going to be posting a live take performance of Castle Peaks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you then.